Yes! You did it! You found my website. First of all, I want to welcome you, and if you've had a chance to look around, you will kind of notice it is brand new and it is a work in progress. So I'd like to take a few minutes and tell you a little bit about myself and talk a little bit about what is American Outdoor Stories. My name is Darren Grefe, and I am the creator and host of this podcast called American Outdoor Stories. Today I am sitting in southeast Minnesota on private property along a trout stream down in a valley. This is one of the many little honey holes that I enjoy going to get away from it all, and I am glad that you can join me today. So I grew up as a farm kid in south central Minnesota and graduated high school from Fairmont, Minnesota. When I graduated there, I moved to southeast Minnesota and lived there for a couple years while I was attending college for a tech degree in tool and die. Once I graduated there, I found employment at Stellar Mold and Tool, which is located in Galesville, Wisconsin. Now, after a couple years of working there, I found an opportunity to purchase an acreage out in the country on the Minnesota side between Winona, Minnesota and La Crosse, Wisconsin. Now, I was able to purchase that property, and I still live there today, and I truly enjoy the country living. Now, one thing that is unique about southeast Minnesota and western Wisconsin is the fact that when the glaciers came down from the north, this region did not get covered, nor did it get flattened by the glaciers. They call this region the driftless zone because of that. Now, what this region offers is it has ridges, ravines, gullies, valleys, and trout streams that offer habitat for an abundance of wildlife and creates opportunities throughout the year to enjoy all kinds of wildlife and nature at its finest. Now, I can remember even way back as a kid that the nature, the wildlife, the outdoors was my fuel. And it still is that way today. Now, I started listening to some podcasts, and I thought it would be a really cool idea to start my own. And I knew the topic of my own podcast had to be outdoor related. But as I was thinking and asking around, what would the topics or how would I structure the podcast, one of the things that became a point right at the top of the list was when I meet an older, one of my elders, and I started talking to them about how they used to hunt as a kid or how they lived as kids, those are some really cool stories to me today. And so one of the thoughts of me going out and finding outdoor-minded people and having them and capturing their story of how things used to be, that's a pretty cool story. So I'm definitely going to pursue that. And then, obviously, the way technology and the way things change so fast, that if I go out today and I find an outdoor-minded person and they're so passionate about what they do and they're doing it today, if I can capture that story today, if you can only imagine in 10, 15, 20 years from now, that story that I capture today is going to be a really interesting story. And so I'm hoping to get good at being an interviewer and conducting an interview, and so I can get these people that are passionate about whatever it may be. Now, it could be, it may be a hobby, a passion that turned into a business. It might be an epic trip. It might be a hunting trip of a lifetime. But during my interviews, I'm hoping to find out little tricks, little things that maybe we're all have supposed to have known that have lasted forever, maybe there's some new technology that these folks are using that we can share. And so my interviews are going to be educational. I'm hoping they'll be a little entertaining. I'm hoping at some point maybe they'll be inspiring to some folks. And last but not least, I hope that the content and the people that we meet will make you think a little bit. And so that's the backbone behind what I'm thinking about, what the podcast and the interviews are going to be. Now, once you get into the equipment to do the recording, I'm still working on that. It's going to be a work in progress. I'm putting some of the equipment in different environments to see what kind of quality of audio that I can capture. And so along the way, there may be some changes, and I'm sure it'll be a work in progress. And so go ahead, scroll on down, find yourself a couple stories, listen to them. If it's something that you enjoy, by all means, find the Facebook icon on my website. Go ahead and click that. That's going to take you to my Facebook page called American Outdoor Stories. Like that page. I'm going to be using Facebook as my social media platform to keep the listeners up to date as far as upcoming interviews, upcoming events, or things worthy of knowing. One of the things that I'm really looking forward to getting from you, the listener, is some feedback. And so after you've had a chance to listen to a few stories, and if you got an opinion, good or bad, or maybe a suggestion, and I'm really looking forward to hearing from you, you can message me on Facebook, or you can put together an email. My email address is americanoutdoorstories@gmail.com. So there you have it. That's what I'm thinking American Outdoor Stories podcast is going to be about. I hope you can come back as often as you can and enjoy the stories. And I look forward to hearing from you.